Hello everyone, welcome back to the Racing Squad. I'm your host Nain Harwani, and today we're gonna have a look at the key race highlights of the British GP. So we'll straight away get started how the race turned out for Max Verstappen and Red Bull Racing. Max Verstappen had a clear lead of 25 seconds from Charles Leclerc in P4 around lap 37 of 52. Red Bull Racing clearly had a free pit stop around that time. They could have clearly pitted Max Verstappen for a fresh set of tires and gone in for the fastest lap that time and even possibly win the race because how the race turned out towards the end. Instead, they chose for another option. They saw that Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton were struggling to maintain the front tires, and they possibly thought that Max Verstappen would be in striking distance to overtake both towards the end of the race. So what happened on the penultimate lap is Valtteri Bottas, as soon as he crossed the pit lane on turn 1, the front left tire of Valtteri Bottas deformed completely. He had to make his entire way into the pits again for a fresh set of tires because the front left was deformed completely. So he dropped a lot of positions because of that. Valtteri Bottas started P2 and finished P11 because of this, and not what the race that Valtteri Bottas was expecting. What Max Verstappen did on the penultimate lap is he pitted for a fresh set of tires and went in for the fastest lap, which he got. Immediately after the front left tire of Valtteri Bottas deformed completely, we had Crofty on the commentary stating that the same happened with Lewis Hamilton as well, which didn't happen that time, but it actually happened after a few turns. So Crofty kind of jinxed that. The front left tire of Lewis Hamilton deformed completely on the final lap of the race with a few turns to go. He managed to get that car cross the finish line with Max Verstappen behind him in a fresh set of tires. Lewis Hamilton even had a free pit stop towards the end on the final lap. He could have possibly pitted and for a fresh set of tires because of what happened with Valtteri Bottas and Carlos Sainz as well. So the team didn't choose to do that, but chose the other option of staying outside on the same set of tires, but that didn't work out for them. So Lewis Hamilton managed to get a P1 even after having a front left deformed tire completely. So hats off to Lewis Hamilton. It's really not easy to get that car cross the finish line with 3 tires and 1 completely deformed tire. Definitely Lewis Hamilton is the driver of the day for us. Now what happened around lap 16 is that Lewis Hamilton was seen complaining on the radio about the speed of the safety car being too slow. That kind of actually helped him because that kind of saved some life on his tires, that the safety car was slow. Had the safety car gone a little even faster, it could have been possible that the front left tire of Lewis Hamilton could have degraded completely a little more earlier in the final lap of the race, and possibly Max Verstappen had won the race. So it turned out to be the favor of Lewis Hamilton. Really lucky there, Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton, getting P1, starting the race on P1 and finishing P1. He was in total control of the race right from the turn 1. Even after 2 safety cars, he had really good restarts after the safety cars as well and managed to keep a lead with managed to keep Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen behind him. So a really good race for Lewis Hamilton. Now let's have a look at how the safety car was deployed on the track. We had a collision that included Alex Albon again. Yes, Alex Albon was included again in another collision with Kevin Magnussen this time. Not what Alex Albon and Red Bull Racing wanted, but that collision ended Kevin Magnussen's race and Alex Albon was granted a 5-second penalty. And started to feel a lot of vibrations in the front left tire, so he pitted for a new set of tires immediately after that and went on to finish P8, which is a really great result for him. So a really difficult race for Alex Albon, but a really good result for Red Bull Racing and Alex Albon. Now let's have a look at how the race panned out for Racing Point and Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll started P6 and finished P9. Not the race result that Racing Point was expecting, but they were clearly lacking pace in the race. And the second Racing Point of Nico Hülkenberg didn't manage to start the race because Racing Point didn't manage to fire the car up and get it started for the race somehow. A really crazy few days for Nico Hülkenberg. He got a call from Racing Point to drive for them to replace Sergio Perez, who tested positive for COVID-19. Wishing Sergio Perez a really good and speedy recovery for that. So Nico Hülkenberg got a call to drive for Racing Point. He took the next flight to London. He had to go immediately to the factory, get the race seat fitted, and get a super license, get some simulator training sessions. Be tested negative for COVID-19. That's when he was allowed in the circuit. And immediately, right when P1 was about to start, he somehow managed to get into the car and got some laps for Racing Point. Not the result that Racing Point wanted, but we have another race the next week, so let's hope for a really good result for Racing Point in the next race. So we had Lewis Hamilton finish in P1, Max Verstappen finish in P2, Charles Leclerc finish in P3. He got a really good advantage of Valtteri Bottas' front left tire deformation. Daniel Ricciardo finished P4, which is really interesting as well because Carlos Sainz, the front left tire of Carlos Sainz even deformed completely on the final lap of the race. So a really good race finish for Daniel Ricciardo. Lando Norris on P5. A really great result for Lando Norris. He started the race on P5 and finished the race on P5. Grabbed a lot of points for McLaren. Then we had Esteban Ocon in P6. A really good set of points for Team Renault as well in this race. And then we had Pierre Gasly in P7. A really great result for Pierre Gasly and his team. We had Alex Albon in P8. Lance Stroll in P9 and Sebastian Vettel in P10. So these are the top 10 race finishers for the British GP. Now let's have a look at the driver standings of the 2020 season. We have Lewis Hamilton in P1 with 88 points, Valtteri Bottas in P2 with 58 points, and Max Verstappen in P3 with 52 points. What's really interesting to see is that Lando Norris is in P4. Even in the constructor standings, Mercedes in P1, we have Red Bull Racing in P2. The third team is McLaren. Really crazy points that they have gained in the last few races and this race as well. So really interesting battle between the best of the rest in the constructor standings. We have McLaren Renault in P3. We have Ferrari in P4. We have Racing Point in P5 and we have Renault in P6. The difference in points between these teams is really close. So the British GP turned out to be quite dramatic towards the end of the race. We are quite excited to see how the next race turns out. It's going to be really interesting. Definitely the teams are going to go for a two-stop strategy after what happened towards the end of the race today. So we're quite excited for the second race that's on the same circuit next week. That's it from us, guys. Hope you guys like this video. I'm Naren Harwani with the Racing Squad. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Now let's have a look at how the race panned out for Lance Stroll. He started P6 and finished P9. not the finish that Racing Point was expecting, but they were kind of lacking space